Hello homeschool friends, welcome back to the land of Kakiak. Today's video is going to be a reset and chat. So I've been out, I think it's maybe been like 2 weeks since I made a video. I have just been adjusting to the weather changes we've been having down here in the south this time of year. Whenever the humidity front comes in, like the pressure changes come in, I don't know, do any of you get those like weather change headaches? We have had family in town for the 4th. We had a little bit of a family emergency come up. No one in this house, everyone's okay, but it just added some stress and was taking some of my mental energies away from my creative process. But today is gonna be like a reset and kind of chat video. So I am going to start by kind of resetting the schoolroom a little bit. It needs a tidy and just letting some things mull over in my head. And then I've got a resource I've been working on that I want to start with my soon-to-be 3rd grader. So some writing stuff is what I'm telling you. Anyways, let's get started with this reset and chat. If you're up for it, join me. So now that I have the schoolroom tidied up, vacuumed, wiped quickly, emptied the garbage and the pencil shavings, the next step is I showed you a big pile of stuff that was kind of just accumulating next to my spot at the schoolroom table. So let's just go through that and kind of figure out what's going on. Okay, so first, we did start our new school year. Being year-round homeschoolers, I kind of started in July, but so I did get new planners for William and Everett. This one, Everett, he is going into the 7th grade, and William is going into the 3rd grade. So they're the same planners, they're just different colors, obviously, and we use the 2 highlighter method. And I'll link a video, I'll try to find my previous video where I talk about our planning technique, how we use our highlighters and stuff. But what I like for them is, I like that this one has these little months tabs on it. And this was really cheap. This was just on Amazon. I'll link it for you. And obviously a place for emergency contacts and stuff. And the boys do need to have a couple phone numbers memorized for safety, so I'm gonna work on that with them. Holidays are in there. There's a year-in overview for 2023 and 2024. So it's gonna start in July, and then it has a full month. So if there's something that we know is coming up, we haven't like planned that week yet, it's nice to have something to write down for their month, get them trained up on doing that. And it has the holidays listed on there. And then it has the week like this. So this goes Monday through Sunday, which is the way I like it. So it starts, this is a Monday up here, and it splits Saturday, Sunday down here. But this is how I like them to be able to open it up and see their full week, you know, on a 2-page spread. And it kind of mimics my planner. I'll show you. So I did put some I also should say, I refreshed my, my binder planner system I have. So I have a section for each kid, and I keep my lesson plans in here, but I kind of do mine similarly where I do them by the week on a 2-page spread. So, but we have our Monday morning planning meetings. I've already done the planning. I mean, if I really have to, if I'm behind, we can just do it right there Monday morning together because it's pretty simple. But usually I like to have a quiet moment and do it myself and just reflect and think, and not have the day to get off to, a slower start on Monday. But I just tell them what to write down in theirs, or I write it up on the board. A lot of times sometimes I put pictures on Instagram of my Monday morning meeting blackboard like shot. so you can see how I tell the kids what to put in their planners. But if you'd like an updated video, I think I did a video on planning a while back, but if you'd like an updated video like of our Monday morning planning meeting, leave me a comment down below so that I know that's something that you would be interested in seeing, because I feel like that's something that I would have been interested in seeing when I was trying to learn like how to organize and schedule and plan and do all that stuff together. I feel like that's a video I would have wanted to see. But if you don't want it, that's okay. But if you do, let me know. Okay, so I've got these ready for them, and I'm just gonna go stick them on their little book holders at their spot at the table. I'll be right back. Oh, this is something I just picked up. It's called the Passion Paper. It's a PDF. I want to say it was $10. And there's another YouTuber on here. Oh, I can't. I'll find her channel and I'll link it for you. So she does videos for homeschoolers too, but I think she is also a public school teacher. But she does, I think she teaches middle school and I think language arts. I think she may do other subjects too, but anyways, I watch her for her language arts sometimes. I like this idea that she had of the Passion Paper. So a year-long writing project that teaches a variety of genres. Student picks their own passion topic to write on all year. Written for middle and high school. Her name is, Lindsay at, Love Them Well. It says it right there. Love Them Well. I think she has a TPT store. I'm pretty sure that's what I bought this off of. So she teaches 7th grade English, and she created this project as a way to incorporate a variety of writing genres throughout the school year while also engaging students' interest. Students pick their own topic for this subject. They can choose sports, TV shows, country, or culture, book favorite, series, activities, a significant person, really anything they're interested in. I was thinking that Everett is always, he's very interested in World War II and World War I and Germany in general. So I was like, this might be something that he would like to do and something that could bring his personality or his interest into school. I haven't quite decided how to implement it yet, but I bought it because I was like, it was only $10 and it probably has like good ideas in it. I don't know if I want to do it like all year long. I don't know how much like teaching on my end it would take, but I got it so I could check it out. We're doing writing and rhetoric right now, which I really like. So, but because we are year-round homeschoolers, like even, you know, homeschool resources aren't typically, there's not enough material like all for 12 months, right? So I think that like the summer, or like you can take breaks whenever you want and change it up. And I thought maybe that this would be something good to do even over the summer, or, you know, for 4 months or something like that, instead of maybe, because we also do 6 days a week, so we have more writing time than a public school setting would have, which I think is what she uses this in. Anyways, this is in my pile. I'm trying to decide. What do you think? Are you guys interested? If we do this, I will definitely let you know, but how it goes, or how difficult it is. But you know, I'm always looking for something that I'm already pretty involved in a couple subjects. So like since we switched over to Write Start Math. Right now, I think it's probably gonna get more independent as they get older, but like right now for Everett and William, I'm doing math with them every day. Plus I already do, so that was a big change. And you can see there's our math stuff back there on that shelf, and also in the cupboard underneath it. But that's actually why I changed my like little seating area I'm sitting in. I don't know if you saw the 2 chairs, and I have a chest in the middle where I keep blankets and stuff, but I rearranged those to face each other because this has now become our little math hub over here, because I get out the Write Start lesson book and it tells me at the beginning like what supplies we need for the day, and whatever boy I'm working with, I just say, hey, get me the, you know, get out your abacus, get out whatever your abacus tiles and the scale or whatever it is, you know, that they're supposed to get that day, and whatever cards that they need. And so we just keep those all right, we just drag them over here, and then we can face each other, you know, which is easier to work facing each other, but we have a little workspace on top of the trunk. So anyways, since I'm already, I digress, already pretty involved with math right now, plus I have a kindergartner, which you have to do everything with a kindergartner. And I also am doing the Good and the Beautiful History, which is teacher-led. We do that 3 days a week. Plus we do a Bible curriculum, a Bible study every morning, which I lead. So I already feel like I'm fairly involved. Not to mention you're like checking in, and I have been doing a little bit more with writing and rhetoric with Everett as well. So yeah, I'm still thinking about this. If this is gonna take me teaching, and I've got to figure out how to teach each type of writing if it's not really helpful and more like independent work, then I'm not going to use it. But I thought it was worth looking at. I liked the idea of it, and so I'm looking at it. So I guess I can't really do anything right now because I'm still in the thinking about it pile. Make a thinking about it pile. I just need to put this in Everett's book basket. So he's still reading Little Men out of our Easy Peasy reader and doing like the notebook questions with it. But I had bought these Murderous Maths. I showed them in one of our library tour videos. So I'm gonna have him read the first one for his next book. This should be a very quick read. And he's going to do out of the Not Consumed reading journals. I just printed them out, one of the informational text journals for him for that one. I don't know, it's just kind of something they read every day and they fill it out. So I'm just gonna go over and stick that in his book basket. Okay, something else. Oh, I pulled this out of his book basket while I was over there because it needs to go back on the shelf. But we actually use this a lot, the Dictionary of Word Origins. 8,000 English language words and their histories. I guess more than that. So you can look up a word, and it has a little explanation about it, where it comes from and what it means. So I was introduced to the original Tom Swift books from the Robinson Curriculum reading list, and I really like them, and Everett really likes them, but I saw that somebody kind of picked up and made a modern kind of version. It says, Tom Swift is back in this brand new action-packed series. When your dad funds the Swift Academy of Science and Technology, you're bound to have a bunch of tech at your disposal. With his 3 best friends and the world of science at his fingertips, Tom gets into all sorts of hijinks and escapades as a student at the Swift Academy. And at this school, it's normal to see robots and other contraptions weaving through the walls with students. So I think it said like 9 to 12, I think was the age range or whatever. So Everett's 12, he's on the very last bit of it. I have a feeling that it's not going to be written, I have a feeling it's not going to be as high of a reading level as the original Tom Swift's. It doesn't look like it to me. But I thought the technology might be more modern in it, so I thought that might be interesting. So here's the first one, The Drone Pursuit. So no one bats an eye when Tom and his best friend Noah test their new virtual reality drone before class. At the academy, once class starts and the drone is parked, their brainiac friends then launch into far-fetched discussions about the curriculum. And when they watch a documentary about the FBI's most wanted hackers from the 80s, they quickly start speculating that the academy custodian is one of them. At first, Tom dismisses the idea as another one of his friends' conspiracy theories, but using their new drone, he spies the custodian acting suspiciously around school. As Tom and his friends search for evidence the custodian is the missing hacker, the signs become impossible to ignore when Tom gets threatening messages that warn him away from investigating. And when someone releases a virus on the school servers, all bets are off as the adjoining servers at tech giant Swift Enterprises come under fire. Can Tom and his friends uncover the true culprit before it's too late? Okay, so yeah, it looks very, I mean, it says until age 12, but I'm like, the reading level looks much lower. I mean, this looks like, I would say maybe a third grade reading level, maybe. Like, it doesn't look like, I don't see any long words in here that are no difficult words. But but if you want to read for pleasure and it's got more up-to-date science in it, or technology in it, I'm sure that they would still like it, and that my younger sons would like it too, so I could always stick it in the reading list. I might put it, I have what is it, the first like 30 my magic tree house, which are, you know, kind of like living science, or not living science, living like history books for younger readers. And I think, and I've been using them for free read for William. So, you know, he does his McGuffies with me, but then during the day he has free read time, and he's just been going through that, and he's already on book 12. He's like really going through them quickly, so probably at least one a week. I think I may just add that to his little free read library section over, I'm looking over here, sorry, because it's like right next to me off camera. So I think I just might add it to his little free read section there. So, summer is a perfect time. You know how I love copywork, and we use copywork all the time. That's like the center of our early, you know, writing. It's like handwriting, and that's how we study grammar and reinforce what we're reading in our McGuffey readers, because we use that copywork. And I think I've talked about this before. I had some of them loose out here. Some of the grammar exercises that I use for William. So he'll do, you know, his copywork, and then he'll go back, and I made him these little packets where it has this parts of speech in it. So every day he just picks out, he can pick one parts of speech, or he can do all these parts of speech and underline them in his copywork, and then he writes them on here. So he's got common nouns, proper nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and conjunctions. And then when that's all filled up, he's got a punctuation and sentence type page. So he practices writing. It says pick a sentence type and write your own, or find one and copy it. So you can see how he. So I'm trying to branch him out of just copywork, right? That's one of the things. And then here's another page, you know, where he's been practicing writing sentences after he does his copywork. You know, these shouldn't take too long, you know, just like you just want them to use like some of the words. He can use some of the words that he's been identifying, you know, with his copywork, and he can use them in sentences. And then he just gets some feedback from me. And then I got a bunch of free fill in the stories off of, what is this website, education.com. And that's been like the last thing, like in that little packet, because he thinks it's super fun. And he can use, again, he can use these words to fill in those, or he can just come up with his own or whatever. That's like level 1, and then I've got level 2 stuff. Levels up, and level 3 too. Level 2 and level 3. So before I move into this level 2 and level 3 with his copywork, which I expect to do, he's pretty much done. He's almost all the way through the McGuffey's second eclectic reader, the revised edition, and then the corresponding copywork for it. Instead of just moving straight into the third reader, I think I'm actually going to break from that, and we are going to do, well, we have been doing, I should say, we have been doing these sentence scaffolds. So we've done, I think, about half of these so far, and I put them in one of these dry erase, you know, envelopes, so that I can just, it's not consumable. But we've been going through these sentence writing scaffolds, right? Sometimes too. So I would break, you know, if I was when I would use this with the copywork, I would break from doing this stuff, and then so he'd do some copywork, and then we would do like a page of this. So what they get is they get a model sentence. So the very first one, we're just practicing statements, right? So they get a model sentence, and so he's going to trace that, and then he's going to start filling in his own parts. And then I have the sentence checklist down here because I want him to be in the habit of always checking his own work, so that I don't have so much to correct. You want him to catch their own mistakes, right? So this goes through, like, right, and then I did a couple statements because that's kind of where you start. It's the easiest thing. We go through statements, capitalizing names, right? We're going to practice that. Okay, capitalizing names. Names and where questions. Now make sure you're capitalizing names, and it's a question now, not just a statement, right? Anyway, so I've been walking him through quite a few of these nouns and conjunctions. We've done this one already. I think I've gone to lesson 17, the commas in a list. I think that's the last one I did with them before we took our last, like, a little break we've been having. So I'm going to pick back up, and we're still going to do McGuffey's and the some copy work, but then we're going to do a little focused practice. We're just going to do one of these pages. It's good for him to practice something. I feel like sometimes it's kind of like he picked it up really quickly, you know, so it's not so difficult. That's how I know it's like I didn't do it too early, you know. But it goes from pretty simple to more difficult. So by lesson, like the definitive article, right? We did combining sentences, the indefinite article. Now I don't care if he knows the names of indefinite and definite articles. I just want him to be using them correctly. There is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term authentic, like authentic writing, or learning grammar through authentic writing. That's what I'm going for more here. It's not quizzes like what's the definition of a conjunction, you know, or not matching things. It's just I want him actually writing and then learning to check it himself. And then of course I check it and give it feedback. But okay, so I'm going back to this week. I'll put it back into the dry erase envelope. And with this resource, I pair the Osborne's First Illustrated Grammar and Punctuation. This is one we've typically been looking at using with the sentence writing scaffold, so I'm going to keep those together. I'm going to put them over in his section on the shelf over there. Like Bo and William stuff is right there. But then what I just finished, I just pulled off the printer, is this. It's going to be the next step, stories and grammar, a simple practice. So I am still going to do, when we start the third reader, you know, we're doing the copy work. Some point in third grade, I will start doing stories and grammar. So again, this is based off of authentic writing. So I want them to learn proper grammar, but not in the traditional way. It just doesn't seem, it's so boring for them, and it's not like, if it's not in context of actually writing, I just don't feel like it sticks. It's just kind of like wah wah wah. But it is a lot to ask. It is like a pretty big cognitive load to ask a kid to come up with something to write about. I know there's a lot of things about prompts and stuff. I wanted to make this like even easier for him, just for, you know, for third grade. I'm trying to get us to writing and rhetoric, which we're starting in the fourth grade. I want to make sure that he is up to the task. I want to make sure he can write, that his mechanics of writing are down, right? That they're solid, because they're going to be talking about more concepts to do with writing and rhetoric than just grammar. And so I want the grammar to be there already. Do you know what I mean? When he gets to writing and rhetoric. Okay, so this one I pair it with the Osborne's Illustrated Grammar and Punctuation, and this one has a little bit more information than the first, you know, one. And I definitely used that book to help me create this resource, and I referenced it. The resource comes, I wrote a letter about feedback and stuff. So to take off some of that cognitive load, I just based the writing around like well-known fairy tales and fables. We're just going to start there. So they're probably already going to basically know the story and know the storyline, but they're going to rewrite it in their own words. And so they don't have to be like, oh, what happens next? Or what do I do next? Or who's my main character? What's the idea? We want to take that off. It's already storyline that they know, and they just have to focus on the mechanics of writing, but it's still more enjoyable this way. Do you know what I mean? So like the first lesson is on adverbs, and the story that we're going to work around is the Three Little Pigs. So I would say identify grammar skill to practice. Identify verbs and their adverbs. Highlight each verb and adverb pair using 2 colors. Kids always like to use highlighters. And I just say the adverbs tell us more about how, when, where, or how often an action occurs. So I give a little table for reference, and then I start them off with the story. So there once lived 3 little pig brothers with their mother in the country. When they were grown, their mother kindly explained that it was time to go out into the world and make a life for themselves. Okay, so they're just going to go through there and they're going to highlight the adverb and the verb that it's attached to. So there once lived 3 little pig brothers, right? So lived is the verb and once is the adverb, because it's letting you know how often that happened, right? There once lived 3 little brothers, right? Usually on the second day I have some other type of practice, something to do on the sentence level, so they may fill something in or they may write something. I did give them an illustration space on this one. There's some more adverb sentence practice. Right, this is more like the model sentence from the last resource. The first lesson was the most gentle. Then they're going to continue the story, and I prompted them on how to begin, like the next paragraphs of the story, and of course they've got a sentence editing checklist because I still want them checking their own grammar before they turn it in. It says, like, did you indent your paragraph? Did you start with a capital? Did you space your words evenly right on the line? That blah, 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 right? So we work our way through, then they continue this, you continue the story, usually lasts about 2 days, and on the 3rd day is the finished the story. So this one I gave prompts all the way through, but most of them I didn't. So the next lesson would be expanding sentences and Jack and the Beanstalk. So for this one, I didn't just start it, I gave them the whole story, and it's extremely abbreviated. So their job is going to be to expand the sentences, right? And I give them some good ways to expand a simple sentence is to answer the following questions: the who, what, why, when, and where. Just move through. So Jack and the Beanstalk, right? They're practicing at the sentence level. And then, see this one, by the time we get to, there's a story rewrite for this one. So they're going to rewrite the story using, they don't have to use all the expanded sentences, but some of them, at least to give them an idea. Anyway, so we talked about subject and predicate. We've got Goldilocks and the 3 bears we cover. Past tense, future tense, present tense, writing. So, anyways, that is what I'm actually really looking forward to doing with William. I'm really looking forward to using this resource with him. It's like hard to be really excited to do something you think, oh, this is going to be so fun, and so helpful, and like you want to skip over the stuff you're in the middle of. Like, I kind of want to just skip straight to it, but I want to make sure he's ready for it. So I'm going to finish these sentence writing scaffolds and before I move him into the stories and grammar with his copy work. So I am just going to put that one to the side because I'm gonna bind it actually. So I'll make myself my little binding pile. Okay. Oh, I just had other books. So these were the books that I was reading up on my fairy tales and fables, you know, for that. So I need to put these back on the shelves. So this is actually the potential grammar concepts to cover K through 3. This comes in the scope and sequence in my, whatchamacallit, in my grammar copywork complement resource. And so this is where I was going through and I was pulling which grammar concepts to cover within those resources. So yeah, so I need to put that, well, I can probably just throw it away at this point. And here's the writing rhetoric. Here's the first book. I was just looking at it to be like, what does he need to be able to do to get here? So when he gets here, right, they're going to have little things. They're going to have a little bit of copy work in their forums. This is like his 4th grade work. There'll be some dictation. There will be some sentence play. So he will have had, you know, some practice writing sentences. And copiousness. Write the definition of a noun and an adjectives. Okay, so writing some stuff. A summary. He's gonna have to write a summary. So we want to make sure when they're just expected to write a summary that they're not also trying to struggle to write strong sentences. We just want them to already have those skills down. So that's what I'm going to really focus on 3rd grade. Okay, I've gone through everything. Now all I need to do is put the stuff away that I've decided what to put away, what to keep out, and I need to open up my planner and do my planning. But I think that's where I'll end this video here. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I showed you today, or if you have any plans that you are thinking through that you could use another mom's opinions on. So that's why I'm here. All right, happy homeschooling.